£2,631 is how much money I actually made in Q4 last year from cashback alone. And that is while my Amazon business is making money at the same time. Cashback is key to helping you make more money whilst growing your online arbitrage business. Today, I want to share with you the 4 suppliers that I'm doing, how I structure my cashback and how I do it, what's the route and where I maximize the use of money. So stay tuned, we'll go through it now. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and quite simply, I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years, and I'm on a mission to do £1 million by the end of 2021. I'll drop a link up there, have a look at that. It's just going to show you my journey, how much money I'm looking to make, when I'm looking to make it, all my budgets, and I even talk about what I've actually achieved so far, sharing my profits with you on a quarter-by-quarter basis. But enough about me, let's go through the content today. Okay, so first things first, number 1, I'm going to talk about what is cashback. Number 2, I'm going to talk about the different cashback providers that I use. Number 3, I'm going to share with you how much I earn from each cashback provider. And then finally, number 4, I'm going to share with you my cashback strategies to maximizing cashback and making sure that you make as much money as possible in your Amazon business. Let's get started. So first things first, number 1, what is cashback? Well, it is exactly as it says on the tin. It is getting cashback when you spend money online for purchases. And it can be online, in store sometimes as well. There are a lot of places to get it, but quite simply, when you spend money, you get cash back from that purchase. Now, that leads me quite nicely on to number 2. What are the different types of cashback you can get? And let's go through them now and just detail what they are and how they work. Cashback credit cards. These are payment providers, cashback credit cards, which are going to give you a percentage cashback when you use that card to make a payment. There are lots of different providers out there, and quite simply the way they do it is by charging a fee to the store, the supplier, which you then get a percentage back. Now that doesn't increase your price, but what it does do, it means that the supplier doesn't make as much money as they'd like to. Sometimes we see it whereby suppliers say, we don't accept Amex. Why? Because the fee they charge is too high and it makes it unprofitable. Cashback credit cards allow you to get a percentage of the transaction fee back in, say, a monthly statement or as part of that purchase. Okay, so the next one to talk about is cashback providers. Now, these are websites or companies set up which work directly with suppliers, manufacturers. And what do? Say that if you go to a supplier, when you make a purchase using a special link that supplier, that cashback provider tracks, they will give you X percentage back of that spend that you did. Now, this can be anything from like 1% up to even sometimes we've seen like 50%. So it's huge, absolutely huge. So these are specialist companies, specialist websites which work with suppliers, manufacturers to offer cashback for purchases using their link. Now, the reason why this works is because manufacturers and suppliers understand certain customers, maybe you and me, we really appreciate finding deals that have cashback. And as a result, we will go to the cashback provider first, look at which stores have got cashback offers on, then we'll spend our money or shop and spend our money through those providers. And as a result, that supplier or manufacturer will do a certain deal or offer to the cashback provider as an incentive to get us to spend our money through them. Now, that leads me quite nicely onto the third and final one, and these are kind of like online payment provider or online payment wallet, e-wallet, should we say, or apps. This is whereby simply there are additional apps which can link to your payment card. That what they do is they track the payment provider or they track the payment from the card with the supplier. And what they'll do is they'll give you an additional bonus on top. Now this can stack in addition to all the other ones we've talked about. Sometimes not, but also there's other things like apps that you can use as well, or even Chrome extensions which are going to help out. So quite simply like e-wallets or even like apps that are going to help you out. They kind of sit slightly outside of the typical cashback provider, but they can be used in conjunction with the other ones to stack and create extra cashback for your business. Really interested to know, before I go into mine and how much I've earned and how I do my strategies, what are the providers you use? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm really interested in learning. Maybe you know something that I don't, and hey, I can learn from you as well. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so that leads me quite nicely on to number 3. How much did I earn from cashback providers in my Amazon business last month? Well, quite simply, I can't give you the exact figure because we don't really track all of it and there's so much of it, but I'll give you what I can track and then kind of show you some other screenshots of what else we've got. So number one, I pretty much use 4 cashback providers. Now these are the cashback providers that are websites. And then in addition to that, I use payment cards as well. So we'll go through the cashback providers first, then I'll go through the payment cards and I'll kind of show you what I can see and then we'll add it up. So quite simply, number one, complete savings. Now, quite simply, complete savings generally does about 10% and you can do a max of £250 per month through the account. Don't do any more cashback than that. So it's spend 2,500, make 10%, maximum cashback 250. Now I've got multiple accounts and last month we made, you can check, £650 from that. Now, the next one is delivery deals. Now, I'm saying this because we do use them, but unfortunately, we actually make 0 from delivery deals. Sometimes they delay on the checks, but we believe we've actually maxed out the account for the year. So that's a maximum of £1,000 cashback over the course of a year. So we think that's maxed out. The next one we use is Quidco. Now, Quidco I've got here is £175. So nice little amount of change there. Really happy with that. And then the final one we've got as well is Top Cashback, and it's about £120 through that. So they are the cashback websites. Now, in addition to the cashback websites, we're also using payment cards. Now, the only one I can give you an exact figure on is because how we track it is my Santander cashback credit card. Now, quite simply, we did £186 through that one card of buying stock, and if you're getting the 1% we get back on that, that's £186. Now, what does that total up to? That's over £1,000 or over £1,100 that I've made in cashback just in January alone, which is like fantastic. So in addition to that as well, we've got Amex. So right now, I don't know how many of these are in January, 137,000 points. Generally speaking, I think that's somewhere around about £1,500, 2,000 US. And then the other one we've got as well is Capital on Tap. Now, again, right now we're just collecting the points and we've got over 50,000 points for them. And I could just put it here. If I wanted to convert it to cash, that's gonna be about £500. But that isn't all January, that's like cumulative. So just be mindful of that. That isn't reflective, but that kind of gives you an idea of cashback providers and cashback cards. The other one as well is I use an app called Airtime Rewards. Now, I'm not doing so well on that at all. That's linked to my Santander cashback card, 1% cashback, and we are making a small amount of that, and I think right now it's about £13. So not much, but it does start adding up, obviously, if you start building these in. Now, that is over £1,000 worth of cashback, which is like absolutely huge that I made in 1 month. Like, my God, if we talk about most people want to earn 2,000, maybe 3,000 a month from doing their Amazon business, this is £1,000 in addition to that. And even if you're just looking at earning, say, 2,000, once you're earning £1,000 in cashback, you only need to be making 1,000 from your Amazon business. That's going to really help you out. Now, the one thing you might ask is, like, how do you get it? Well, quite simply, number one, you've got to be buying deals. You've got to be spending the money to get the cashback, obviously, so that's going to generate the cashback for you. Now, for you, what does that look like? That means you need to find opportunities to buy stock. And hey, maybe you are looking for opportunities to buy stock now, to resell on Amazon for a profit. And let me introduce something to you that's probably going to really help you out, a service that we created called FastTrackFBA Leads. This is whereby a team of virtual assistants that I hired and trained quite simply go out 7 days a week looking for online arbitrage opportunities, buy low, sell high, in both the UK and USA. And what they do is they find all the deals that we can find, put them on our website, and you can come in, look at every single deal we found every single day, pick and choose the deals that you like, maybe high selling, high volume, high profit, or any combination of that. And quite simply, get the supplier ASIN, get the supplier URL, get the ASIN, and then go and buy those stocks and sell them on Amazon. We've got a really unique platform, which means that you only buy the deals or get the deals that you want, and you can do that all through FastTrackFBA Leads. I'll drop a link down below, have a look at that. It's going to help grow your business. We've had lots and lots of really positive reviews, and we're really growing the service as well. So check that out, and hopefully you can scale your business, new leads, and hey, maybe get £1,000 cashback as well. So that leads me quite nicely on to my fourth and final point, cashback strategies. What's the best way to maximize cashback? Let's go through that now. What I want to do now is just jump onto the computer and show you a mini presentation I created. And hey, I hate presentations, but quite simply, this is just the best way to do it. So first things first, let's go through some cashback strategies. Now, I talked about them before during this bank cards. Which are the bank cards that I use? Well, quite simply, I've got a Santander, and mine is a business cashback credit card. It gives me 1% on all purchases. And I love that. I use it for all my purchasing. Well, pretty much it's my primary card. In addition to that, we use an Amex Gold card. And the reason why we use that is because it's another cashback provider. It does do it, but also as well, it just gives me more credit available within my business, which is going to help me buy more stock. What I'll say is I will drop a link to all these down below so you can have a look at all the cards. And then in addition to that, I talked about it already, Capital on Tap. I use them because, again, they give me more credit to buy in the business and they provide cashback. As we've seen already, I think I made about £500 since opening that only a couple of months ago. Now, quite simply, cashback sites, what do I look for in those? Which ones do we use? Well, quite simply, Quidco, that's about 1 to 5%, pretty much every purchase. I have seen it higher, but generally that's where it's at. Top Cashback, 1 to 5% again, really simple. Then Complete Savings. Now, Complete Savings do about 10% of up to £250 or £2,500 spend, which generates £250 worth of profit. They're a little bit more restrictive on the way it works, and they do close accounts down. Why? Because they say you're not supposed to be using them for business purposes, so we're kind of going under the radar. Quidco, Top Cashback, not such a problem. Complete Savings, they are, so just be careful. Top tip, don't max it out to $250 every month. That's just going to flag alarm bells. We keep it around 200. And then finally, delivery deals, I really like as well, is we get a 10% off or 10% cashback. And we can earn a maximum of £1,000 so per year. So that's really great. Interesting enough, they send checks. It's like, what the hell, they send checks. The two things I'd probably say about Complete Savings and delivery deals, they open up their subscribers or new applicants at certain times of the year. We don't know when. A lot of times they'll be closed, but do keep checking back because they will open back up again, but they're not always open. Top Cashback and Complete Savings are always open. And again, what I'll do is drop a link down below to all these cashback providers where you can have a look as well. So quite simply, there's other ones, e-wallets, apps, we talked about that before. Now, quite simply, PayPal Express, quite simply, or PayPal, they have a card that you can use and it gives you I think it's 0.5% back. Now, what actually happens is that card links to your PayPal account, and then that PayPal account might link to, say, a debit card. So what you're doing is you're getting 0.5% back on the purchase using that card, but it's coming from a debit account. So it's kind of like a buffer, but it does give you cash back as well, but technically you're not spending your PayPal balance. Interesting, but it does work. The other one as well we use, and I talked about earlier, airtime rewards. So on your phone, they link to the payment card and you can stack them in addition to things like cashback websites as well. So really, really useful that. And obviously there are apps as well, lots of stuff you can do. Now, quite simply is how do I do my sourcing, or what's my strategy for cashback? Well, to start off with, I have a bank account with Santander, and you can see that here. Now, quite simply, when I'm doing my purchasing, what we're going to look at is I've got 3 payment cards that I pretty much use. Always credit cards for protection, but also cashback. So Santander, or Amex Gold, Santander 1%, and also Capital on Tap. Now, what we're doing is we're using those cards to maybe buy items of stock from our suppliers. Let's call it Boots, for example, right now. Now, option A, Amex credit card, that's going to give me potentially 1% cash back. Santander will give me again 1%, or Capital on Tap, pretty much 1% as well. So you've got 1% cash back straight away. In addition to this, I'm going to link one of the cards to my airtime rewards. So for example, right now, I link the Santander credit card to my airtime rewards. So whenever credit card transactions go through Santander, airtime rewards will pick that up as well and give me a percentage cashback, but it's only for selected suppliers. Let's say, for example, right now, Boots is one of those suppliers. So if I use my Santander credit card with Boots, I'll get 5% cashback as well on the purchase through airtime rewards. Now, in addition to this, I'm going to be using cashback website as well, such as Complete Savings. So that's 10% on Complete Savings. Now, quite simply, that's going to give me 10% from Complete Savings, which is going to really help out. Now, when you look at this, you think about it, you've got, let's say, for example, 10% from using a complete savings. You've also got 1% from your payment provider, or the card, and obviously you can see that's going to make 11% across the board if I use just the card and the complete savings. Now, in addition to that, you're going to get Amazon, or you get the airtime rewards for certain suppliers. That's going to potentially make it up to 16%. And what am I going to do? I'm going to spend that money on my supplier, Boots. I'm then going to take that stock that I've already made up to 16% cashback on, go resell that stock into Amazon, maybe looking at my 30% ROI, £3 profit per item, and obviously that money goes back into my Santander account. So this means I might make 30% buying a product from Boots, selling it on Amazon, and in addition to that, I'm going to get an additional up to 16% cashback on the product as well by using different cashback strategies combined to help out. I can take what is a 30% deal up to maybe like 46% deal, which is massive, and it just grows my Amazon business. That's pretty much the strategy we use: cashback payment providers or cashback cards, payment providers, and stacking apps as well where we can, just to maximize that cashback and hey, allow you to live the life that you want to live and grow your business. So what I will say is that's a little walkthrough of how I do my cashback strategy. And hey, if you want to just get a copy of those slides, maybe use it yourself, I'll drop a link down below. You can download a copy of those slides as well. Maybe it's going to just allow you to share that with a VA to explain the whole process for it to work for you, tweak it, maybe make that work for you if you've got a team. It's going to help understand your cashback strategy as well. Now, what I will say is hopefully you have enjoyed that video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up, and hey, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Managing cashback is key, but there's one thing more important than managing cashback is cash flow. Keeping your business with cash in the bank at all times, making sure you're staying liquid. You've got liquidity within your business, it's going to help you out. So I'll drop a link around here to a video about cash flow in your business and how to manage it, with also a live screen share of how I do that. So check that out. But for me, Thomas Parkinson at FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.